Railroaders. 25 RBIs. And 31 runs scored for Levi Scott as he takes a strike from James Dykstra right down the middle. It's 0-1. Scott almost had home run number 9 last night against Sioux City. And boy, it would have changed the game, or at least the complexion of it completely. The 0-1, that one's outside as he hit it opposite way. Great opposite field power from Scott out to right field. And Michael Lang making the play of the game, scaling the right field wall and yanking it back to keep a 3-run home run off the board. Strike 2 is delivered to Scott, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Actually, with a fastball on the outside corner. Heck of a play made by Michael Lang last night. There's some great defense by the Explorers outfield altogether in last night's ball game as the 1-2 is just outside. Dykstra misses with a 95-mile-per-hour heater. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Levi Scott. Designated hitter tonight for Cleburne, batting from the right side against the right hitter James Dykstra, who winds, kicks, and fires home. And a pitch outside again. And the count's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the leadoff man here in the top of the second. The X is leading 4-1. 4 hits in that inning for Sioux City. And Dykstra at the 3-2 home to payoff pitch. Scott pops this one up right side of the infield. Jay Baum taking charge. He makes the catch for out number 1. Cameron Monger up to the plate now for Cleburne. He'll bat from the right side. A very right-handed heavy lineup for the Cleburne Railroaders. The only guy who will bat from the left side here this evening is Chase Simpson. And that's because he's a switch hitter. So if the Explorers were to bring in a lefty at some point here tonight, Simpson, and he was to be up, he'd be on the right side. Here's Cameron Monger. He takes the pitch just above the letter for ball 1. I can't say letters, I guess, for Cleburne with their orange uniforms here tonight. They got the 1 single R on the left chest. The 1-0 from Dykstra swings and fouls it away, does Cameron Monger, and it's 1-1. Monger on the year, batting .249. 8 home runs, 26 RBIs, 31 runs scored. And the fun thing about Jay Baum's grand slam, and at least the historical part about Jay Baum's going in the record books for Cleburne, as Dykstra with a curveball that does not curve, and Monger looks like he went around. The first base umpire says that one was behind his back. Monger trying to get out of the way. His bat went around. The appeal down to first base, and the first base umpire, Lane Cullifer, says, yes, he went. So it's 1-2 now. Monger trying to make sense of it, talking to the home plate umpire, Marty Bauer, who recognized it immediately. And appealed down to first base to get a second opinion from Cullifer. And now it's a 1-2 count here to Monger. Just outside, and it's 2-2. Well, give the umpire credit there. I mean, a pitch that's behind a batter like that, he paid attention the entire way. I mean, I would have been diving out of there. I would have been in the Railroaders' dugout at that point. Called strike 3 on the 2-2. Another fastball from James Dykstra paints the corner. His 3rd K of the night. All of them looking. And all of them on fastballs. Well, he is dotting that fastball, and there's nothing better for a starting pitcher when you can locate that fastball like that. Opens up literally everything else. So here's Patrick Palmero with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Patrick, the only Palmero in town here in Sioux City in this series. First pitch to Palmero is outside for ball 1. Only time I'll mention it here tonight, Raphael did not make the trip with the Cleburne Railroaders. General wear and tear is what I was told, as he actually hasn't played with the team since July 13th. Still on the roster, though. As Palmero takes a strike on the outside corner, evens the count up at 1-1. I don't want to mention it too much because, at some point, I kind of feel bad for Patrick here because I'm sure he's a little maybe sometimes overshadowed by his dad being on his team. The 1-1's outside, 2-1. So I only want to mention it once tonight. The rest of the time, I will talk about the player that is Patrick Palmero. We'll start with that right now. A 256 hitter, 8 home runs on the year, 34 RBIs, and 23 runs scored. Patrick, a dangerous hitter against the Explorers. 2-1 is a ground ball to the left side. I'll talk about that later. Sampson gobbles it up. He fires over to first. A nice call for a stretch by Dykstra McCall at first base.